Well, a very good morning to you from London's Heathrow Airport. I'm at Terminal 4. I've been having a look on YouTube. There's not much coverage, actually, of Qatar Airways flights from Heathrow Terminal 4. Huge coverage of Qatar Qsuite flights generally. And a few videos of Qatar flying out of Terminal 5 towards the end of the pandemic. But I thought I would test the Qatar Airways product here from London Heathrow through their premium check-in here at Terminal 4, which is not always the most popular terminal at London Heathrow, and then take you through the fast track and into the Qatar Airways premium lounge in Terminal 4 before we board our Airbus A350-900 series for the Qatar Airways flight to Doha in Qatar. So if you fancy having a look at the Qatar Airways experience at London Heathrow and what the Qsuite on an A350-900 looks like, join me on this video.
Traveling the world on planes, trains, trams, and more. Join Mark Hopwood as he shows you some of the great journeys he's made. Travel with him as he takes you to a whole variety of destinations. And just remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and give Mark your comments on this video.
So it's a 4:30 alarm call for me at the Holiday Inn Express at Heathrow's Terminal 4. It's linked to the terminal with this air bridge. It's a bit chilly. There's no heating at 4:30 in the morning in December. It's a bit of a cold walk, but nonetheless it's undercover and it brings you straight out onto the eastern side of Terminal 4, which is great in many respects, apart from Qatar Airways check-in is right at the other end of the terminal, so you have to walk all the way through. And as I did that, it brought back memories for me of flights I took in the 1980s, 1990s, and the early part of this century when British Airways had Terminal 4 pretty much to itself, and it was the base for its intercontinental and Paris and Amsterdam flights. But you can see I'd soon reached Zone A, the Qatar Airways check-in area. I did actually take this footage, I confess to you now, when there weren't any flights due to leave, so it was a great opportunity to film without upsetting anyone or having too many people in the way. But this is for first and business class passengers. They do separate, of course, Qatar first and business class from frequent flyer benefits, unlike people like BA. So you can only use first class if you're checking in for first class.
And I was able to use the business class check-in at this facility before heading past the rest of the check-in, which you can see here on the actual day of my journey. Quite busy.
I've come outside Terminal 4 just for a little bit of peace and quiet, but all checked in and all good to go on the Qatar Airways flight. QR6 out to Doha in Qatar. So I'm going to head through the terminal through fast track. Unlike the British Airways experience at Heathrow, there's no first class wing, and while they have a premium check-in, you're then back out into the main throng of the terminal. But there is a fast track facility here which leads me through to the departure lounge. So let's have a little look at that.
And this is the entrance in Terminal 4 to Qatar's premium lounge. But before I take you in, let's see what Qatar Airways themselves say about this.
We invite our first and business class passengers to experience our premium lounge in Heathrow Airport, London, where every detail is considered without compromise. Take your time with a fine dining experience. Choose from a varied selection of Qsuite's delectable treats. Take a moment to calm your senses. A memorable experience before you even take to the skies.
And sometimes, of course, the marketing of these facilities can be a little bit over the top. Sometimes it's hard to compare the reality and the vision. But I have to say the lounge was really fantastic. It's not used a tremendous amount because Qatar is pretty much the only airline whose passengers can use this lounge. And even Qatar limits its use to first class, of which there are very few passengers, and business class passengers. And again, the business class cabins on most of their aircraft are relatively modest. Right here you can see the drinks, coffee, very, very good quality coffee from a choice of 3 machines, juices, alcohol, mixers, soft drinks, and the same view, perhaps not well filmed, that you saw in the Qatar video. Some more drinks available, wine, sparkling wine, and some beer available as well. The breakfast service was what was on offer because I was on a flight that took off at 8:10, and breakfast is a mix of a buffet, which is served here, and a la carte for the main courses during breakfast. But soon it was time to get myself together and leave the lounge and head back into the terminal on my way to find my flight on gate number 6.
So let's have a little look now at the detail behind Qatar Airways Flight 6 from London Heathrow across to Doha, due to leave that morning at 8:10. Flight time of just under 6 hours. It's quite a nice amount of time to spend on the aircraft, although you might say if you're flying in a Qsuite fitted plane, you might want to spend a little bit longer. This was an A350-900. I was with my family, so we were in a quad formation Qsuites in the middle of the plane. No window seat for me, but the layout of this aircraft is predominantly economy class actually, and you can see the seating plan here.
A new level of luxury has arrived. Welcome to the new standard of business class. Let us give you the grand tour. Take a look around.
Another short piece of video here from Qatar Airways just shows how they talk about their Qsuite product. The benefit of this, it shows you in an empty aircraft and explains a bit about the quad seats before I show you myself.
Each spacious seat, a private personal living space, sets a new precedent in comfort. Featuring maximum compatibility for all your devices, including HDMI and USB ports, your seat also comes equipped with ambient, adjustable mood lighting and fully lie-flat beds. A groundbreaking design that puts flexibility first. Flying has never been so smooth. For those looking to conduct business or simply to relax and unwind, our new business class provides maximum space and comfort. Discover an open, innovative suite with full adaptability. Perfect for working, dining and socializing, our quad configuration offers peaceful respite, however long your flight. Your sanctuary in the sky. Introducing Qsuite, first in business. Qatar Airways, going places together.
We will be cruising initially at 39,000 feet. We are expecting generally good weather conditions en route. However, we might experience some light turbulence during our cruise phase. Therefore, for your safety, please keep your seatbelt fastened at all times, even when the seatbelt signs are switched off. Before we begin our descent, I'll update you with the latest weather and arrival information. Until then, please make yourselves comfortable and enjoy our world-class service. We wish you a pleasant journey on board this Qatar Airways flight.
Today's flight sees us pushing back from Terminal 4, taxiing out on the south side for a 09 right departure from London Heathrow, taking off over South London.
Subscribe, then press the notification button.
After departure then, out across Kent, the English Channel, Belgium, Germany, Austria, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Romania, passing just over the corner of Bulgaria and the Black Sea, across Turkey, and then Iraq, and out into the Persian Gulf, heading south towards Qatar and commencing our descent towards Doha. Once we were level in the cruise, we got on with food service. It is dining on demand, but of course the crew very much expect people will eat at similar times. So have a look at the menu here. There's some fantastic options. Morning breakfast service, of course, even though many people had eaten in the lounge, and then a choice for lunch. We'll have a look at that shortly. The wine list is there. Do stop and pause the video if you want to have a look at the menu that I've scanned in. But I chose the omelette with chicken sausage, rosti and spinach to have for my breakfast. Very nice it was too. The omelette was a very nice consistency for something that was served on an aircraft at 34,000 feet. I greatly enjoyed that. I'll enjoy the chicken sausage, of course, a halal Muslim-based menu, so it's a chicken sausage, but it was tasty and enjoyable and a lot less fatty than a sausage with pork. And you can see you have plenty of space in the Qsuite to be served your food and to enjoy your food. And I then wrapped up my breakfast with some fresh fruit. It really was fresh. It seemed like it had just been cut. A selection of pineapple, melons and raspberry, strawberry and blueberry. Really tasty. And then we put all that away and I was able to relax, get a little bit of sleep, watch the in-flight entertainment, have a look at the progress of the flight. And it wasn't actually too long before lunch was served, and I had an amuse-bouche, and then I had the lobster and the veal with hummus. An unusual mixture, but it was tasty. Really, really good food. Not too much of it, but the veal was delicious, so was the lobster. And then the piece de resistance, the lamb with potato. Really, really very good piece of lamb. A rack of lamb served on an aeroplane, not something I've seen before. A nice glass of red wine, and then I finished off the meal with a selection of berries and a syrup. And again, the berries were fresh and delicious and very tasty. Overall, this is a relatively short flight for 2 meals, so not long before we were heading towards our descent into Doha.
It's a clear afternoon today in Doha with a temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. The local time now is 4:36 p.m. On behalf of all the crew, we truly privileged today in Doha or smooth for our journey. It's been our pleasure with you on board today. Thank you for choosing the award-winning Qatar Airways.
So you could see there we flew south over Doha, and then we did a 180-degree turn to line up with runway 34 left at Doha Hamad International Airport to arrive in the early part of the evening, but it had become dark. But here we are with the full visibility from the in-flight camera as we make that landing on runway 34 left. Thank you very much.
So I'm here in Doha Airport in the Al Morjan Garden Lounge, which is the Qatar Airways facility for business class passengers. We arrived at a remote stand on the Qatari 6 flight with the Airbus A350-900, put on a bus, special bus for business class passengers, and brought through into Pier C. And we've made our way up to the lounge. No security to clear, which was good. I had been led to believe there's security. And I'm in the lounge, and that's the end of the flight. I'm transferring onto another Qatar Airways flight. Hopefully you'll see that video on YouTube very soon.